Very good morning to all of you. Welcome to my YouTube channel. Today I am going to teach you curvature. So what is a curvature? Curvature means bending of a curve. So for example, if we have any curve like this, if this is any curve, then the bentness, or we can say the curvedness of this curve, is known as curvature. So in mathematics, curvature is basically defined as the magnitude of the rate of change of angle psi with respect to the arc length s. And therefore curvature at any point P is defined as modulus of d psi by ds, and which I have denoted by k. So basically from this graph it has been shown that if AB is any curve and P is any point on this curve, and what we have to do, we have to draw a tangent from this point P, and the tangent which I have denoted by T makes an angle psi with the positive axis, that is with the initial line, that is x-axis. Then from here we get the curvature of point P. सो बेसिकली कर्वेचर क्या होता है? जो बेंडिंग ऑफ ए कर्व, किसी कर्व का जो बेंटनेस होता है या कर्व्डनेस होता है, उसको हम कर्वेचर कहते हैं. और उसके लिए जो हम फॉर्मूला यूज करते हैं वो क्या होता है हमारे पास? मॉड ऑफ डी साई बाई डी एस. सो फ्रॉम दिस ग्राफ यहाँ से हमें क्लियरली शो हो रहा है, ये अगर हमारे पास कोई कर्व है और इसके थ्रू हमें बेसिकली करना क्या होता है, यहाँ पे हमारे पास कोई इस कर्व पे हमने कोई एक पॉइंट लिया है, जैसे मैंने यहाँ पे दो पॉइंट्स लिए P एंड Q. सो फ्रॉम पॉइंट P मैंने एक टेंजेंट ड्रा किया है, दैट इज T, जिसको मैंने डिनोट किया है. वैसे ही मैंने Q से भी एक टेंजेंट ड्रा किया है, जिसको मैंने R से डिनोट किया है. सो बेसिकली होता क्या है इसमें कि जो ये पॉइंट P है, हमें यहाँ से एक टेंजेंट ड्रा करना होता है, और जो ये टेंजेंट है ये एक एंगल बनाता है किसके साथ? इस इनिशियल लाइन के साथ. मींस इनिशियल लाइन कौन सी होगी? हमारी एक्स एक्सिस. सो जब ये वाली जो जैसे ये जो टेंजेंट है ये इस पॉइंट के साथ क्या करे, ये हम यहाँ पे एंगल फॉर्म करे, तो हमें क्या मिल जाता है? हमें एक कर्वेचर मिल जाता है. सो वो जो कर्वेचर है उस पॉइंट P का जो है, जिसको हम डिनोट करते हैं यहाँ पे K से, और वो डिफाइन किया जाता है मॉड ऑफ डी साई बाई डी एस. और यहाँ पे हमने कुछ टर्म्स लिखी है कि दैट इज जो डेल साई होता है. बेसिकली डेल साई क्या होता है? टोटल कर्वेचर होता है. ये मीन्स टोटल बेंडिंग ऑफ आर्क P क्यू. जो ये आर्क है कौन सी, कहाँ तक? P से लेकर खाली Q तक. सो इस आर्क का जो बेंटनेस है उसको हम कहते हैं डेल. इसको डिनोट किया है हमने डेल साई से. सिमिलरली जो डेल साई बाई डेल एस होता है, इस रेशो को हम बेसिकली कहते हैं एवरेज कर्वेचर ऑफ आर्क पी क्यू. सिमिलरली अगर ये लिमिट एग्जिस्ट करे तो हम ऐसी टर्म को क्या कहते हैं? कर्वेचर ऑफ द कर्व एट पॉइंट पी. So it is clear from here that smaller circle bends more sharply than larger circle, and thus smaller circle has larger curvature. Means यहाँ से हमें फिगर से पता चल रहा है कि जो स्मॉलर सर्कल होता है उसका जो शार्पनेस, जो उसकी बेंटनेस है, और या हम जिसको बोलते हैं कर्वनेस है, वो ज़्यादा होती है एज कम्पेयर टू बिगर सर्कल से. क्योंकि यहाँ पे हम क्लियरली पता चल रहा है हमें कि जो इसकी बेंटनेस है या कर्व्डनेस है वो कम है एज कम्पेयर टू जो प्रीवियस सर्कल से. मीन्स दिस स्मॉल सर्कल से ये ज़्यादा जल्दी कर्व मतलब बेंट हो रहा है, और ये थोड़ा सा टाइम लगा के. मीन्स इसका कर्वेचर क्या है? स्मॉल है, और इसका कर्वेचर क्या है? इसका कर्वेचर लार्ज है. सो smaller circle bends more sharply than the large circle. Next is radius of curvature. So basically radius of curvature होता क्या है? It is the reciprocal of curvature. So reciprocal of curvature at any point P is known as radius of curvature, and we denote it by Greek letter rho. So rho is equal to 1 by d psi by ds, and this is equal to ds by d psi. Now I have given some basic formulas here, and we have to use these formulas in this chapter. So first one is length of the arc. So basically length of an arc of for example for any Cartesian curve, means if we have a curve having y is equal to f of x, curve of this type, that is y is equal to f of x, then the length of the arc of any arc s on the curve is given by ds by dx, and this is equal to square root of 1 plus dy by dx whole square. Similarly, ds by dy, this is equal to square root of 1 plus dx by dy whole square. So this is the arc length of any curve, that, and this curve is basically Cartesian curve. Similarly, derivative of an arc basically is an angle which the tangent at point P to the curve y is equal to f of x makes with the initial line, means with x-axis, and it is given by dx by ds is equal to cos psi. Similarly, dy by ds is equal to sin psi. Next is length of arc of the curve whose equations are given in parametric form, and we know that the parametric form is basically x is equal to ft and y is equal to gt, means x is function of third variable and y is also function of third variable, and we denote it by, and the length is given denoted by this term, that is ds by dt. This is equal to square root of dx by dt whole square plus dy by dt whole square. So this is the formula for the length of the arc given whose equations are given in parametric form. So next is length of tangent at point P. So from this graph here, A and B is AB is any curve, and we have drawn a tangent T from this point P, and now the length of this tangent, that is PT, is basically is equal to y square root of 1 plus dy by dx whole square divided by dy by dx. So if we have to find the length of a tangent at point P, we have to use this formula. Similarly, length of a subtangent, that is Tn, and this is given by y is equal to dx by dy. Length of a normal at point P, that is Pg, and it is given by this formula, that is y is equal to square root of 1 plus dy by dx whole square. Length of subnormal, that is Ng, and this is equal to y is equal to dy by dx. Now I have given some important results. I am not going to prove these results, I am only giving the statement of these results. So if psi is the angle which the tangent at point P r theta to the curve makes with the initial line, and phi is the angle between radius vector and tangent, then we have this formula, that is then psi is equal to theta plus phi, and we use this formula in polar coordinates basically. Next result is the curvature of a circle is constant and is equal to the reciprocal of the radius, that is d psi by ds, this is equal to 1 by r. Next we have to find formulas for finding the radius of curvature. So if we basically we have three forms of curves, that is first one will be y is equal to f of x, that is we know it by Cartesian form. Similarly, other one is polar form, and third one is parametric form. So if the equation of the curve is in Cartesian form, in polar form, and in parametric form, what we have to do, we have to use different formulas for finding the radius of curvature. So Cartesian form is basically when y is equal to f of x. Similarly, polar form is when r is function of f theta, means r is function of theta. Similarly, parametric form is when x and y are function of third variable, and represented by this, that is x is equal to ft and y is equal to gt. So radius of curvature of Cartesian curve, that is y is equal to f of x, when tangent is parallel to x-axis. When tangent is parallel to x-axis, we have to use this formula, and here I have represented dy by dx by y1. y1 means first order derivative. Similarly, y2 means second order derivative. Similarly, when the tangent is parallel to y-axis, we have to use this formula, means radius of curvature rho is given by 1 plus x1 square divided by mod x2, and 1 plus x1 whole square raising power 3 by 2 basically. So for finding the radius of curvature parallel to y-axis, we have to use this formula. Next is radius of curvature of parametric curve, that is when x is equal to ft and y is equal to gt. Then radius of curvature is given by rho is equal to x dash square plus y dash square whole raised power 3 by 2 divided by modulus of x dash y double dash minus y dash and x double dash, where x and y x is f of t and y is gt. So this means x dash means f dash t and y dash means g dash t. So next is the radius of curvature of polar curves, that is your polar form we can say when curve is of the form r is equal to f theta. In this case the radius of curvature is given by rho is equal to r square plus r1 square whole raised power 3 by 2 divided by 2 times r1 square plus r square minus r into r2, where r1 is the derivative of r with respect to theta, that is first derivative. Similarly r2 is the second derivative of r with respect to theta. So many times we have to find the radius of curvature for implicit equation, where that is when we have the function of this type, that is f of xy is equal to 0. So in that case the radius of curvature rho is given by fx square plus fy square, and here this fx and fy are basically the partial derivatives of with respect to x and with respect to y. So this whole raised power 3 by 2 divided by f double dash fxx fy square minus 2 times fxy fx into fy plus fyy and fx square. So these are basically the second order partial derivatives, and here this is the first order partial derivative. So where I have written here that f of x is equal to del f by del x, that is differentiation, partially differentiating the function with respect to x. Similarly fy is the del f by del y, and fxx is second order partial derivative of x with respect to x, similarly for these two terms. So next we will solve some questions, some examples on the radius of curvature in parametric form, in Cartesian forms and in polar form. So now the first example is find the radius of curvature at any point on the curve xy is equal to c square. So for this what we have to do, first we have to put this curve in this form, that is y is equal to f of x. So we will write the equation of curve, is, what is it? It is xy is equal to c square, or we can write y is equal to c square by x. So name it as equation number 1. What we have to do, we have to find y1 and y2, means we have to differentiate equation first with respect to x, and then again we have to differentiate it with respect to x, means we have to find first order derivative and second order derivative. So therefore differentiating equation first with respect to I, we get y1, and this is equal to minus c square divided by x square. Similarly again differentiating y1 with respect to x, we get y2, and this is equal to 2 times c square divided by x cube. Now what we have to do, we have to put these values in this equation, that is I will denote it as by equation A. So we know that, or we can write, we know that the radius of curvature is given by or we can write radius of curvature of curve y is equal to f of x, and this is given by rho is equal to 1 plus y1 square 3 by 2, similarly divided by y2. So what we will do, we will put the values of y1 name it as equation second. Similarly, equation third in this equation. So this is fourth. So using values of y1 and y2 in equation 3, we get what we will get. We get rho is equal to 1 plus y1 square. So basically y1 is minus c square divided by x square. So it becomes c4 divided by x raised power 4 whole raised power 3 by 2. And in denominator we have y2, and y2 is basically 2 times c square divided by x cube. So after simplifying this, what we will get? We get, so this is equal to x raised power 4 means taking LCM here. So rho is equal to x raised power 4 plus c raised power 4 and divided by basically whole raised power 3 by 2 and divided by, so divided by 2c square and x cube. So this is the answer. Now we will solve one more example. So next example is find the points on the parabola y square is equal to 8x at which the radius of curvature is 125 by 16. So it is very simple question. So what we will do? We will write here y is equal to, basically we can write y is equal to 2 root 2 into root x, because y square is equal to 8x. So I have cleared this square from here. So after giving square to this, so we have 2 root 2 into root x. So now what we have to do? We have to find y1 and y2. So differentiating this equation with respect to x, we get what we will get? Root 2 divided by root x. Similarly, y2 will be minus 1 divided by root 2 x raised power 3 by 2. So means after differentiating equation y1 with respect to x, we get y2. So now we know that the radius of curvature is given by rho is equal to 1 plus y1 square whole raising power 3 by 2 divided by y2. So what we will do? We will use these values in this equation. So using these values, what we get? We get 1 plus 2 by x whole raising power 3 by 2 into, so divided by minus 1 root 2 x raised power 3 by 2. So again after simplifying, what we will get? I am writing here. So we get basically root 2 into x plus 2 whole raised power 3 by 2. So this is the value of radius of curvature. Now what is given? So basically हमारे पास given क्या है कि रो जो है उसकी वैल्यू है 125 by 16. So given is rho is equal to 125 upon 16. So we will use this value here in equation number, write it as 4 and take it as equation second and this as equation third. So using the value of rho in equation 4, what we will get? We get 1 by x plus 2 raising power 3 by 2 into root 2, and this is equal to 125 divided by 16. So or we can write it as here I will write x plus 2 raising power 3 by 2, and this is equal to 1 by 25 divided by root 2 into 16. Okay, so basically what is this? This is basically 5 divided by 2 root 2 whole cube. So this is the value of this whole equation is equal to 5 by 2 root 2 whole cube. Now from here what we will get? We get x plus 2 whole raised power 3 by 2, this is equal to 5 divided by 2 root 2 raising power whole 3. So again cube will be get cancelled, so we are left with, we will write x plus 2 whole raised power 1 by 2, and this is equal to 5 divided by 2 root 2. So from here squaring this equation, so we get squaring above equation, what we will get above equation, we get what we will get, we get x plus 2, this is equal to 5 as a 25 divided by then squaring of this term is equal to 8. So from here we get the value of x, so this implies x is equal to 9 by 8. So from here what we have got, that we have got the value of x. So now we have to find the value of y. So for finding the value of y, I am writing here. So for finding the value of y, what we will do, we will do this thing. So using this value of x in first equation, so first equation was basically or we can say in this main equation, so using the value of x in y square is equal to 8x. So what we will get, y square is equal to 8 by 9 by 8, or we can say this implies y square is equal to 9, or we can say y is equal to plus minus 3. So from here we get the points at which the radius of curvature is 125 by 16. So therefore points at which the radius of curvature is 125 by 16. So is are, what are those points? First one is 9 by 8 and 3. Similarly other one is 9 by 8 minus 3. So hence solved. Thank you.